Dr. Shaw. I think I can personally relate to the flu research. Every time I get on the plane, I get sitting next to the guy who got the flu. So I can drink a gallon of orange juice and thermal. It doesn't matter. Our final panelist is Patricia Solis. She is a senior research associate and research development team, a research associate professor of geography, and she is the adjunct associate professor for the Climate Science Center here at Texas Tech. Her research involves geographic technologies, climate change, right here, sustainable development, water resources, and geography as a discipline for higher education. Ladies and gentlemen,
I am actually not a big data scientist, but perhaps this is confirmation of how important big data has become, that even non-data scientists have to recognize the idea of big data. And I think it has become more and more a revolution, and not just a technological revolution, but a social revolution. It's advancing without me. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that part of it, and I'm going to be very brief because I want to be plenty of time for talking. But it's a social revolution in the sense of our relation to each other, and it's sort of one of these iterative process where it is created by the social revolution, but also contributes to some revolutionary things in our society to think about big data. So I wanted to talk about some of our responsibilities and opportunities related to that. And I'm inspired by a group of students. You're all wearing Texas Tech shirts. In Panama, I did a tech camp for high school kids. In Panama, there are 10 U.S. students, 30 Panamanian students there. And we discovered this irony in our work that we were traveling all over the place, including airfare, air travel, and all sorts of things that contributed to climate emissions, yet you were studying geographic spatial technologies for climate change. And this was something that we needed to somehow reconcile and reckon with, that irony. And so we ended up planting trees on the campus of the university there as a way to sort of acknowledge that part. Now, I am happy that in the realm of big data, there are people thinking about this as well. As we know, these big data just doesn't exist somewhere in some cloud, nowhere. There really are places on Earth that have a footprint of places like this. They use a lot of water, they use a lot of energy. Fortunately, there are some bright minds looking at these spaces and the where and the what and the how to try to make this a more green revolution. I just want to bring that point up so that we're thinking about this as well. There's another impact to what we're talking about. We need to be thinking about and reckoning with in terms of the physical climate and environment. The other point that I want to make is about the who and the where. And who are these data creators in this social revolution? And increasingly, we see a lot of them being citizen scientists, volunteers, as data creators, not just us as passive creators with our cell phones, but really purposefully. And can we think about this source of the data in a purposeful way, and why are we creating these things? Recently, Texas Tech was awarded $1 million from the U.S. Agency for International Development to lead a consortium of universities to do this, to look at this, and youth mapping. This is the name of our program, Youth Mappers. We have a few of us here at Texas Tech involved in that. The PI, the other universities, West Virginia University, and Washington University. So we've been working for a little more than a year on purposefully engaging young people to create spatial data through OpenStreetMap. It's really important to also think about big data in the open environment. That's sort of part of the ethic of it. And basically working with USAID to create data where there is no spatial data in places of the world that it's definitely needed and can be used. This is just, I want to show you a few shots of the before and after. So perhaps it does enter in the realm of big. This is Kathmandu, Nepal, before the earthquake, and after, when and we had students who created this spatial data that was actually used in the effort, humanitarian response after that earthquake last year. You can see quite a difference. This is in Bangladesh. There's a lot of detail. I put this one out because not only is it just the location data, but the attribute data. We worked with the university students there to add to those spatial features more information about this is not just a building, this is a school, this is whatever it is. And then this is one of the latest projects that we're still working on in Mozambique, which is with the President's Malaria Initiative and the Peace Corps. And you can see, we just call them Mapathon, which is when we get everybody together and create this big data. We had in that one evening more than 26,000 features put on the map, and they will be used in a plan for the spray campaign against malaria in select number of communities there. So that leads me to my final point about this idea about big data. I think that there's this holy grail that we have that somehow big data leads to big decisions. Data to decision sort of trajectory that we would all like to see. It's not really a straightforward process. And one of the things that we think a lot about is, what is this for? And in the end, what kind of a difference do we want to make? And I'm just